Alright guys, got my 14mm deep, 3/8 drive socket. Let's tighten up this bolt right here. The harness got to go to the start. The harness to the starter is got to go down there. And I want to make sure it's not in the way. I want to put that in. Alright, so let's... Yeah, alright guys, we'll be right back. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, let's... Man, it's like a spaghetti bunch here. Guys, I had to take back off the throttle body and get our little solenoid mounted right there, because it's got the bolt right here and a nut up under there, so it mounts right there. But I left that loose, so the vacuum line goes right there. And now we got our harness over here going around to our... Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, that's a heater hose. You know what? Maybe I should hook that heater hose up now before I... We got to take back out the transmission bolt right there, because our ground for the battery goes right there, so I gotta take that bolt back out. But let's get this out of the way. And we got our heater hose go up under here. There's one right there, and the other one's over here. Okay, so you know what? Let's get this one on. I can hardly see that thing. All right. Let's get our needle nose pliers. Bring that up. This thing holds in my way. I can't even see if I'm lined up there or not. Can you tell if I'm right there where it's supposed to be?
Looks like it. Looks like at the edge.
Like where the old one was?
Can't see the markings, but I can see where the hose starts. So it looks
Oh,
good.
no. Gotta go up a little bit more. Okay. That's that. Now, man, guys, this is... Oh man, I should have put that cable there. Now it's gonna be hard for me to get to that bell housing bolt. Wait a minute, do this actually goes up under the hose, or do it goes... Oh, son of a biscuit, man. No. Does this go behind the hose? It sure does. But that's going to the exhaust manifold. That's going to be close as in. I guess that's what it's covered here for, to protect it. Yeah, it definitely looks like it goes. So I got to take that hose back off. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Alright guys, got the hose off. Now I got my 17mm shallow with a 1-inch extension. And I know that thing's going to be tight. Much room on this boat. Alright guys, let me get this bolt out. and we'll be right back. Okay, we got our bolt out. Now, it looks like the ground wire is gonna set into there. There's a bracket here too. Okay, let's start that off. Now we got a little bracket here. Maybe there is a nut right here. Maybe it. Let me see. Oh, man, this is ridiculous. Do it set like that, or do it set somewhere else. Dang, this has got to be the most tedious kind of thing to go through. What about like that? Feel set right up against there. No, that ain't gonna work. I'm looking for a mark on this bracket to show where the bolt was, but I don't see it. Now from the opening, I know it was a 12mm bolt or an 8mm, but I do not see where this thing is gonna go. You know, let's bring this in more, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, yes, we found out where it goes. Up under there, up under this nut right here, get out the way of the light, you'll see a hole down there where the bolt goes to. You see that? Mm-hmm. So this bracket goes right there, up against that. So this is gonna be a little pain to get to and start. So what I'm gonna have to do is, let's get this started. I got my little 12mm bolt right here. Well, it's actually 8mm on the thread, but so let me get that started. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an extension of 12mm deep. Put the bolt right there, just like that, and I'm going to hopefully start it. Get that going. So I can't even see it anymore. But anyway, you know, this is bogus, man. Oh. Boy, I wish you can guide me to where I'm. Maybe this thing should be on the opposite side. Because right now, this cable won't let me. Alright guys, I'm going to take the negative ground cable back off so I can get that started. Wait a minute. What about if I just, pull that out. And then put the bracket in. You know, it would have been much better if they would have just made one big wiring harness plug. Whoops, doing the wrong one. And that would have been easy for me. So let's try to get this started and we'll be right back.
Can't get to the...
You can pick the camera. Alright guys, I got it started. Now to go in here. Trying to get out of the way.
Move the camera out of the way.
move the camera back 1 second. Alright, great. Now let's go over here. I'm wondering if I'm going the right way with this. So should this be on the other side of this wire? No. Let's clip this into place. Okay. Now let's retighten up that ground wire. And that's very important because that's going right to the battery. So let's tighten that up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got that tight. I'm trying to do everything that's down here that's hard to get to before I get all over here, then I'll be like, oops. Alright, now let's get our hose and put on. Gotta make sure that harness is going around for that alternator. What is harness like? It's stuck off something. Don't tell me you stuck on something. It can't be. Really? And then top it off. They're gonna cut the grass. I'll worry about that later. Let's get this hose on here. Get this hose on the opposite side. Okay. Now let's get our needle nose and put that clamp back on. Alright, and I'm gonna have to move and get in your way again. Okay, that's that. You know what guys, let's go down to the alternator. You're not gonna be able to see me put that wiring harness across there because we can't see nothing. But maybe through the side of the vehicle you can see before we continue on with all this over here. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, right now you're looking at the alternator and the harness is going down there. This sucks, man. Why couldn't they just have this thing? So I gotta reach down here and I gotta figure out how this thing, and I'm doing this all by feel right now. I can. Oh, that was cool. Now, there's the big wire somewhere, which I don't even know. Oh, there it is. And that goes on.
Let's find you.
I don't know if you can see that post.
You know what? I need light. Okay, well that's blinding us. Or I could try to lighten it up. You want me to do that?
Well, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay, wait. It's lightening up. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta reach down here and try to get this little bolt up here. The nut.
It is a little dark. Oh well.
This sucks. All because they couldn't have no. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, I'm gonna tighten that up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, now climb over here. And I got my 12mm shallow, 1/4" drive, 1/4" drive ratchet.
Wait a minute, I gotta find you. Hold on. This is very difficult. Oh, great.
If you can't, then forget it.
I can't find you. I had you a little while ago. And now I can't find you.
You know what? I gotta tighten this up because I'm up here doing a balancing act.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, got that tightened up. Put that protective boot back over it. And now the harness is hanging down. So I gotta get a 12mm bolt to keep that harness up here. And it's behind the intake, so you're not even gonna be able to see that. So let's get that bolt in there and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now that we got that done, now I can retighten up my throttle body. Now watch this bolt be hard, difficult to get to. Figures. Okay, getting back there is the worst. Alright, but we're still not done back here. While we're back here, we got our accelerator cable and our cable for the cruise control. So what we gotta do is open our throttle. Oh, figures. It goes around there. Dang it. Guys, this... okay, I did get one of them. I think I got it in. Can't tell. Where's... okay, now for the other one. Wait a minute, touch the... okay, the other one's gotta go around here. Wait a minute. That's gotta go on the inside. Dang it, it's not on. It's still not on. Is it on? Can you see that cable?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, looks like it's... wait a minute. You know what? Let me get a mirror to be sure. I'll be right... alright guys, let me see if I... yep, it's going inside the channel. That's good. Alright, continue on working our way from the back to the front. Also starting from the bottom. Down here, what do we got right here? We have our O2 sensor plug here, which is right here. Let's get that plugged up. Okay, then we have... wait a minute, before we... let's get this up. We have our harness right here. Man, it's a bunch of mess. Oh, that goes where the cam sensor is located. That means I gotta take the two bolts out to the cam sensor. One and two. Okay. So in this bracket, but why does it feel like, oh, okay, twist it that way. This twists it down. And that goes just like that. Okay, let's get these 2 bolts in there. This is so messed up. Where's that? There it is. Alright, let's get those 2 tightened back up and we'll be right back. Alright, we got that in there. Now, hey, you know what? While we're over here, let's get this hose over here. Goes to the top of the throttle body. And we got this hose right here. I remember that this was plastic, so we had to be very careful hooking that on, and it goes into this little bracket right here. Okay, let's get our needle nose. Let's bring those 2 clamps in. That's just blinding the mess out of me. Okay, this one right here. Okay, then working our way from back, we have the main vacuum going to our brake booster, which is over here. So let's hook that on. Oops. Okay. Okay. Let's get our clamp down on that. Okay, now let's look at what we got here. So far, everything is hooked up in the back. Let's see, we got 2 harness connectors right here. Okay, one to the TPS and one to the idle air control. Okay, that goes to the air cleaner. Alright, then we have is this supposed to be on this side or the other side of it? Looks like it's supposed to be right there. Okay, let's get this hose on the bottom of the throttle body. I think just want to make sure it doesn't go on the opposite side of that hose. Nah, it'd be right there. Okay, let's get that on. Okay. Let's get our clamp up there. Okay, working our way forward. We have what sensor is this? The coolant sensor or something? No, this is the camshaft positioning sensor. Looks like this goes right here. Okay, then we have okay, here's our NOx sensors. Good thing they're color coded so we know exactly how they go. Okay, that one's plugged up all the way. Make sure that one's plugged up all the way. Then we have, it looks like our wires go into here. Okay, then we got 2 plugs. Hey, but this is supposed to be up here like this. Make sure that terminal's not down in there because it looks like I can see part of that. Make sure it's that. Make sure that terminal is up in there because if not, we're gonna have a misfire on an injector. Okay, get that plugged up. Okay, then this one. Okay, now we have, you know what guys, let's get this other heater hose. Forgot all about this one. What is heater hose? How does heater hose gonna fit in there? Okay, it goes right there. Okay, get on needle nose. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, now I notice this is our harness going over down to our starter, but look at this little bracket with the hole in it. That's a big hole right there. So which means I gotta now take out this bell housing bolt to get this bracket to stay right there. You know, if this was a backyard mechanic, he'd leave that. He said, "Oh, that's good enough." They ain't gonna notice. But being that we're Astral, we have no choice, right, Tiffy?
Right.
So, where's my extension at? What am I gonna? Yeah, I'm gonna need an extension. Where's a little wobble extension at? Dang it! How can things just disappear? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to use my 1-inch extension, 17 millimeter socket, shallow, 3/8 drive, and 3/8 drive swivel ratchet. Let's get in there. That ain't going to work. You know what? Guys, let's get this. We got this bar I took out before. Let's get this bar out of my way. Take off this extension. Still. Dang, I'm so close to that connector. I think I used the air gun to put that in there. Alright, let's get that bolt out, get that bracket in there, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we almost got that bolt. The things you go through. Alright, let's get our bracket right there. Get our bolt in there. It's coming along great, man. It's coming along. It's almost ready to start up. I should start without hooking up putting the antifreeze and stuff in it. As long as it's got oil. What do you think, Sophie?
No.
What, you want me to put antifreeze and everything in it?
Yes.
Then what happens? Something wrong? I got to drain it all back out. It's easy for her to say she ain't got to take this thing back out.
There's nothing wrong. I got to stand here, don't I?
Guys, trust me. If something wrong with this you won't see this because this thing going straight to the junkyard. We'll record it going straight to the junkyard.
It's a big loss.
Yep, so don't attempt no job like this if you ain't ready to face the consequences. In case something don't happen. In case something don't work out right. But I guess that's what it takes, confidence, to do this mess. Alright, good. We got that done. Now, I got this harness right here. With this, you know what, guys? I'll tell you what. Let's hook up our 2 hoses right here. And I remember we put marks on them so we know exactly where they go. These are the 2 transmission cooling line hoses. Alright, now let's get these clamps up there. And guys, this takes some special fluid. Don't if you can use Dextron, but it's gotta be Dextron 6. There's no such thing as Dextron 6. Well, you go ahead and put something else in this car.
But it's actually SP3.
Yes, make sure it says on the side of it SP3. Alright, let's get this one up there out of our way. Alright, now I remember this right here, this plug. It had like little, I don't know, it was like, what's that, oil or something down in there. Maybe something got down in there. So we're gonna have to spray that up and clean it up. Some carburetor cleaner. I'm not worried about that yet. You know what, guys? While we're here, remember this ground wire that we took off? I remember this thing. Yep, and we left the 10mm bolt right there into it. Guys, these, you know, I hate when people write us and say, Tim, I followed directions, everything went great. Now the car won't start. It cranks, it won't start. And you know, I think something wrong with the computer. You know, because you miss little simple things like this. This one little simple ground wire can cause this vehicle not to start. So you have to make sure you go over everything. And I mean, and then they be writing me like I know. Tim, I rebuilt the engine, put everything in there. Now it won't start. What do you think? What the heck? How am I supposed to think? How am I supposed to know? Alright, we got that. That goes over to the mass airflow. Yeah, but there's some limitations here. Alright, what do we got here now? We got some wiring harness right here. We got this one goes... I don't know. Does it go there? Yeah. Coolant sensor. Then we got here to the coil. Okay. What else we got here? Going down. Okay, let's go underneath here. And then we'll go to the... Wait a minute, what do we got here? If this goes over to an O2 sensor, then what about the other one? Where's the other wire, the other plug for the other O2? Wait a minute, you know what, let's get this thing. Okay, we got one right here. I mean, it looks like it goes right here because we got this one goes to the... That's one. Maybe this one don't go right here. Yeah, it's got to. I'll say it like it's got to, like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, now. Where does this go? Does it go over towards this way? Yes, it does. There it is. Okay, that goes to the front. So we're looking good over here. The next thing we got, guys, is everything is hooked up. Everything is hooked up. Okay, let's go to our fuel line, which goes right down here. We got two 10mm nuts we gotta take off. Okay, let's get our fuel line in there and make sure that O-ring is not cracked and still look good and all. Push that in there just like that. Get our 10mm nuts started so we don't cross thread them. $10mm. Let's get those. I need an extension. So let's get. All right, let's get those tightened up. Alright guys, let's get some carburetor cleaner and clean this neutral safety switch up plug. before we continue on. Be right back.